This show is sponsored by BETR. New users get a free $10 and up to a $200 bonus on your first deposit. Just use the code BENCHED, that's BENCHD, or hit the link in the description to claim it now.
Heyo! What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. Joey here, AJ and Derek there, recapping week number 12 of the NFL season. One game left here on Monday night. I believe it's Niners-Panthers. Suddenly a very, very interesting and impactful game when it comes to seeding. We'll get to that in a second. Week 12, listen, I'll say off the bat, it sucked because the Eagles lost, but there were some great games. There's some great games. There's some historic performances, some major records broken. We'll get to those as we go through the games. But it should be a lot of fun getting into it. Before we get to that, if you're watching here on YouTube for the first time, welcome to the channel. Whether you are a day one subscriber or this is your first day following the channel, thank you for hanging out with us and just talking a little ball 365 here in season 3 of the Bench Podcast. If you're listening on any of the audio platforms, thanks for hanging out with those as well. And then check us out on Instagram, X, TikTok, all social media. That's at Benched Show to follow us on all those different platforms. Week 12, boys. How you doing?
Man, I had to go into hiding a little bit after that one because I talked my talk in the second quarter of that game.
We were texting each other, AJ, like, this is easy.
This
is the new normal.
Better than
NFC East is wrapped up in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Good
Derek,
day
question
of
for you. Is that Jordan or who's that?
Oh, this is Derek Rose, baby.
I knew it. Knew that was D Rose.
My guy, D Rose.
That's
the
what
greatest.
The little tidbit I used to tell the girls at the club my name was Derek Rose, and they would not believe me. So
yeah, I'd imagine so. I don't think that would work. Yes. All right, guys, let's jump into these games. We got to get, 13 games in, I believe. To start with Steelers and Bears. This one goes 31-28. Bears win by 3. This was an interesting game to predict, as me and AJ tried to the other day. AJ, did we both pick the Bears? I think we both did, right?
I picked the Steelers, contingent on Aaron Rodgers playing. Aaron Rodgers did not play, and we saw what happened.
6-5 are the Steelers. Now 8-3 of the Bears atop the NFC North, and looking good, looking comfy up there. AJ, big-time performers in this one.
Yeah, the offense looks good. Caleb Williams played a decent game, 3 touchdowns, 239 yards through the air. And then DJ Moore, welcome back to the land of the living. 64 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Who's that? DJ Moore. Derek, when do we have to start taking the Bears seriously as like an NFC contender?
Well, after the first game of the season and they blew it against the Vikings, I think people were already willing to label Caleb Williams a bust, but he's just slowly been putting out good performances, gutting them out. Like he's showing what he did show at USC, maybe not like the gaudy numbers, but he's actually gutting out these victories, staying in there, making like the good plays.
Yeah, I think he's playing better than we all expect to, and I do think that he got off to that rough start. And so we all just kind of wanted to believe he was a bust anyway. And we kind of wrote him off. But today, scoring drives in all 4 quarters, 3 passing touchdowns. And then I love these numbers because like these are the ones I believe that separate the good to great quarterbacks. 3 for 3 in the red zone, 7 for 13 on third down, and then converted his only 4th down he faced. I thought he played really well and has just been kind of clutch for them all year long. Mason Rudolph struggled, I think, with Aaron Rodgers. This might be a little bit of a different game. Turnovers, his first start in 2 years, Mason Rudolph. I think they kind of just put him on the 8 ball to begin with. AJ, want to just throw a name at you real quick and just surprised or not that Kenny Gainwell has taken over the NFL.
I'm not surprised because it's Arthur Smith. Once upon a time, not too long ago, Cordero Patterson was in this very, very similar situation.
Yes.
Arthur Smith just loves these. I don't even know how to describe them because they're not Swiss Army knives. He just makes them into his Swiss Army knife.
Just fit.
He takes a butter knife and uses it every single way he can.
Yeah. A lot of people wishing that Caleb Johnson was his butter knife. He is not his chosen butter knife. That is for sure.
Hey, okay. On the other side, the Chicago rushing side, is Monangai the number 1 back now?
Looks like it.
He needs to be. I mean, I think Swift works better as a change of pace guy anyway.
He's like always never the lead back, right?
Right. I mean, he was the lead back in Philly, but he just never kind of has like really like looked like that. He's looked like, oh, he's good, but you see how he benefits from someone like Monangai or David Montgomery. Like, I think it just helps him. I think it just makes him better.
I agree.
You agree, Jay? I mean,
yeah. I mean, he had. There was a time there where it looked like he was on the pathway to being one of these elite guys, but I mean, this very regime, well, not regime, but Ben Johnson being part of the regime that kicked him to the curbs, sold him to Philly. Philly took one look at him, said, "We're good."
Yeah.
And then and with everything coming out of Chicago, it seems like they're moving on from him as quick as they can too.
Yeah.
I mean, we remember that in Hard Knocks, Deuce Staley was not impressed.
He was not a fan. He was not a fan. I got something for you guys real quick, and then I have a question for you. But today, I wanted to point out TJ Watt recorded his 115th sack. He passed his brother JJ Watt on the all-time sack list. So shout out to
Nice
Watt for passing his bro. That has to be a special moment. Guys, gut feeling: Bears winning the NFC North.
You want to look at their schedule? I got it right here. So we got Philly next week on Black Friday at Philly. After that, at Green Bay. Then they've got home against the Browns, home against Green Bay, at San Francisco, and home against Detroit. They got a gauntlet. They got a gauntlet
That's
here.
A tough schedule.
And let's be real. They've yet to win a true test. I mean, this was a good good Pittsburgh team on paper without their starting quarterback too. They won by 3 points. They've beaten Cincinnati, the Giants, the Saints, Washington, the Raiders, the Cowboys. Like, they haven't had a true test yet, so we'll see next week.
Derek, gut feeling?
Yeah, it's all going to be dependent on those 3 divisional games. It kind of feels like the last year's NFC North, right? It kind of came down to the 3 teams, but Minnesota, not Chicago. What I really like out of the Bears is that they're starting to use their rookies and spreading it around. So Loveland and Burden actually got some burn. If they can find a way to use Burden, and then also with the resurgence of DJ Moore, I guess, they're a pretty good team. They've been using Romo Dunze pretty well this year, but Loveland, the last 5 games has 19 catches. That's double his production from the previous 6. Yeah. So I'm all about the Loveland development here.
Yeah, I got Burden on a fantasy team, and what gives me hope is that Loveland just wasn't even on the field for the first half of the season. Like, he just didn't even use them. So to see him like as such a big part of the offense now, it's like, oh, he might just be one of those like rookies got to take their lumps type guy. Those guys are very popular around the league right now for some reason. All right, Steelers tie with the Ravens right now. The first
Ravens have the tiebreaker and the number 1 spot in the AFC North.
I don't care who they're playing. Steelers aren't getting that bet. At least not for very long. No. They may like tie with them some week or whatever. But
they still have yet to play each other, Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, nighty-night.
Steelers just the schedule. It's Buffalo, Baltimore, Miami, Detroit, Cleveland, Baltimore. Baltimore twice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nighty-night. All right, stay in the AFC. And one of the AFC teams, Patriots moved to 10-2, 26-20 over the Bengals, now 3-8. We did not get the return of Joe Burrow. We were all excited about it. I even woke up Sunday morning thinking oh, Joe Burrow's back today, and had to remember oh no, he's not. He is not back today. New England survived this one. They almost blew this to the Bengals. I think it would have been one of their worst loss of the season, kind of like their first little black eye on what's been kind of a storybook season for Drake May anyway. But AJ, who performed in this one?
Yeah, not a ton of big performances here. Drake May 294 through the air. He's just continuously putting up his MVP candidacy. 1 touchdown, and that lone touchdown to our very own Hunter Henry, who caught 7 for 115 and a touchdown.
What? I didn't know that.
Henry,
of course, our annual Hunter Henry game.
Yeah.
And people will have the audacity to put him on top of the waiver wire list next week too. Don't bite. Derek, Patriots, obviously this was a narrow win, but what do they have to prove still? I guess the running game?
Well, okay, yeah. So Travion Henderson likes to get them to the 1, and for some reason, 3 plays, it's Ramondre Stevenson and then Terrell Jennings. I don't even know who Terrell Jennings was before this game, but he got 1 carry, 0 yards, and then they had to settle for a field goal.
Yeah,
it's just kind of crazy that they do this to Travion Henderson.
And it's you might think like, okay, it doesn't really matter who gets the goal line carry, or is that big of a deal? Listen, they had a chance to bury Cincinnati. They ran 9 plays inside the Bengals 11, and it resulted in 0 points. 6 of those plays from the 1-yard line. They weren't able to convert short yardage because they were playing games with their running backs. Just put Travion Henderson in, give him 18 to 20 carries, and give him rest every now and then with Ramondre Stevenson and out Terrell James, whatever the hell his name is. He does not even seen the field. Like, just, why are they playing with this? I don't understand.
Travion Henderson 3 touchdowns last week, and then you're not going to give him the goal line touch. That's crazy.
They gave it to Ramondre three times in a row at the 1, right? And he didn't get it.
Stuffed. Patriots, though, anyway, first team to reach 10 wins 2025. Congrats to them. It is their 20th season with 10 or more wins since 2000. That is most in the NFL. Let's move on, boys, to Giants and Lions. Giants, 2-10. Lions, 7-4. Listen, man, they almost did it, and Jahmyr Gibbs saved the day. Jahmyr Gibbs saved the day. AJ, I don't care about anyone else's stats. Tell me what Jahmyr Gibbs did today.
Listen, we'll start with Jahmyr Gibbs, but there's a lot to talk about on both sides. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, went for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. He caught 11 passes for 45 yards and a touchdown, put up 55 fantasy points. I looked that up a little bit earlier. That is, for running backs in PPR, that is number 11 all time. All time. And about 5 of them before that happened in the 60s.
Yeah, man.
In recent memory, that's the highest. That's the second highest scored fantasy day in 23 years.
Yeah, listen. Let's go ahead and I guess David Montgomery was fun, man, when he lasted. He had a great career. I think he did great things for the NFL, and he served the Lions well. Let's go ahead and give all these touches to Gibbs. I mean, Jesus, like he literally saved them today.
Yeah,
he literally saved them. Let's not bury the lead though. Derek, scale 1 to 10, your love for Jameis Winston.
I hope Jameis Winston is on an NFL team for the next 10 years because of today. My goodness. The first one that they had, like, the
I'm
double
trying to
pass,
pull up the video right now. Yeah, go.
Double pass to Wandale. All right. You just know, like, nothing is off the table for Mike Kafka.
Was that the first play of the game or the first drive or something?
I think it was the first drive, not the first play of the game. But then, everybody.
I'll get it for us in a second. I'll get it for us in a second.
Okay. But to put Gunnar Olszewski, he throws a dot to let his receiver make
on the run, back shoulder.
Jameis Winston comes up and gets the ball. Right, he's like, all right, guys, this is what I needed. Mike Evans, I need you to do this for me the whole time when I threw 30 interceptions. Okay, I need you to go up and get the ball, and then put the brakes on that linebacker. I don't know who the linebacker is, but my goodness, that linebacker will never hear it for the rest. Hear the end of it for the rest of his career.
Who's just an isolated one-on-one with Jameis Winston. I wonder, honestly, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder, honestly, if he's just panicked. Like, I cannot lose this.
Absolutely.
Like, I just cannot lose this. And just Jameis Winston, no panic in his body.
And I think in his wildest dreams, he didn't think Jameis Winston would try to continue with that ball. Like, most quarterbacks
just go out.
He's for sure going to run out of bounds now.
They're going down as soon as they catch it.
Not Jameis Winston. I think the best part of it is at the end, him and the team has a coordinated celly. They do the little dice roll. And I was like, man, they must have been just practicing that the whole week. It's like, we score on this play.
He's a treasure, man. He's a treasure. That's what he is.
He needs to be on TV.
I got the video here.
Oh. I was a little stiff.
I mean.
Give me the celly. Give me the celly.
Hey. Here we go. Hits it on the run, back shoulder, a little juice.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Oh,
Celly. This is the best part.
That's your week 12 fantasy QB1, by the way.
Is it really?
Is it
the highest scoring quarterback in fantasy this week?
366, 2 touchdowns. Caught a touchdown, obviously, that one. I mean, good for Jameis. It's fun. If you're a Giants fan, listen, man. What else do you want? At least it's going to be fun. At least it's gonna be
Okay.
fun. You got
The
your
thing is,
boy
they
Scadoo
could've-
out there with the streamers.
They should have won today. They should have won. At the very end, did you guys see that sequence of plays at the goal line? Third down, they're up 3 points. All right, this is 27-24. They're up 3 points. Third down from I want to say the 3, and they just hand it off to Singletary. You can't run the ball all season, and you're gonna like give me that, and then on top of it, you guys go for it. Like, you guys could have taken the 3, be up 6, right? All you have to do is not give up the touchdown. The Lions tie it anyways. Okay, just you could have not easily, but you could have won this game at the end, and you just cough it up. Like Kafka.
Yeah. So Malik Neighbors had a lot to say about that in a deleted tweet.
I saw that.
Did you not see this?
I didn't see it. Nice pull.
So I got it right here. Malik Neighbors said, sometimes I think they be making us lose on purpose because it's no way you throw the ball instead of running it to make them burn 2 timeouts. Then you don't kick the field goal. Then they have to go down and score. Football common sense. Quickly deleted after that.
Damn. I mean, he's pretty secure in that building, I guess. Like, you'll be there longer than Kafka for sure. Like, you'll be all right. And then the first play of overtime, of course, 69-yard run by Jameis Winston. He also had runs of 49 yards twice, and then a 10-yard touchdown as well. Want to point out real quick, Gibbs' 44th career touchdown moves him past Hall of Famer Jim Brown and Emmitt Smith. Wow. He now ties Randy Moss 44th for second most touchdowns. Sorry, this is all before the age 24. That's the caveat there. Before the age 24. Only Barry Sanders has more touchdowns before the age of 24. Big picture here for both these teams. Giants headed toward a top 5 pick here. Good for them because, honestly, one of the most coveted jobs in the offseason, I think, for coaching. You have a quarterback who I really believe in Dart. You'll get Scat back as long as he doesn't derail his career hanging out with streamers.
Wrestling
and doing something wild. You see he predicted on a stream, I think we'll go 12-5 next year. Like, doesn't even go to schedule. I think we'll go 12-5. But then you'll have a top pick. Like, this is one of the most, right? I mean, I know it's the Giants, but it has to be a very,
and it's New York.
And it's New York
City. Like, yeah, no, this is I think this is so far the most coveted head coaching job that'll be available.
I wonder who they're thinking of right now.
I know, right? I know it's not my Kafka. I'll tell you. Guys, how do we feel with the Lions? Like, where are we at with them? I feel like we've really touched both poles here.
Well, it's 2 lackluster performances in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they came out with the win in overtime, but against this Giants team, like we talked about, we said, "Oh, this is gonna be just what the doctor ordered."
Right?
And they had to win this in overtime on a Jahmyr Gibbs putting the cape on. Green Bay next week. We saw what happened last time they played Green Bay. Let's see if these are 2 different teams now than they were at the start of the season. I am very, very eager to see that game Thanksgiving morning. There's nothing more Thanksgiving than Lions Packers in the morning. I'm so excited.
So great. Let's talk about those Packers. They moved to 7-3-1, dominant victory over the Vikings, 4-7. I want to talk about the Vikings here in a second. Let's talk about the Packers first. AJ, Emmanuel Wilson. Hello.
I did not know he was available in our fantasy league this morning. I saw Josh Jacobs ruled out. Emmanuel Wilson is sitting there in our fantasy league. Nobody jumped on it. Wow. I didn't even look. I'm like, oh,
shame on us.
He's on so-and-so's team, whatever. 28 carries for Emmanuel Wilson, 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a couple of catches to go along with that as well.
Now, I double-checked this. I'm not even going to say it. AI has screwed me so much the last couple weeks. I'm not even going to say it. But is this the first 100-yard rusher since 2024? Josh Jacobs? Can someone look that up? That's what AI told me. I don't want to believe it.
That Josh Jacobs has not had a 100-yard game?
No, he had a bunch of 100-yard games last year.
Right? I could believe. I mean, since 2024.
All right, we're going to have to just check this right now.
I'll find it. So, no 100-yard games for Jacobs this year. He had a 100-yard game last year, week 12. So it's in a full calendar year.
Yeah, since week 12 last year.
12 to week 12. Yeah.
That's surprising to me. I thought Josh Jacobs was.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of, when I saw that, I thought that can't be true, but I'll leave it in the notes just to spice it up. Packers obviously dominated defensively. They looked really, really good. 145 yards allowed, 5 sacks on McCarthy. We'll talk about him in a second. 48% pressure rate. Micah Parsons, as he does, feast on struggling teams, struggling offenses, and young quarterbacks. And yeah, I mean, they didn't really need the offense today, although they did put up 23, which is respectable. Packers, I think we kind of know. We kind of know what they are. I don't think I learned anything about the Packers today. But Derek, my question for you is JJ McCarthy. What the hell do you do if you're the Vikings? You're 4-7. I mean, it's slipping away fast here. The division, the playoff appearance, like it's pretty much all out the window. What do you do?
It's bad. It's bad. How do you make Justin Jefferson, the all-world talent, go for 4 catches, 48 yards? You know, Addison literally had 1 target today. He put up a 0 on my team, on my bench, thank goodness. But still, you know, like you make Jefferson look pedestrian when Jefferson had the likes of Nick Mullins, right? And was still looking all world. It didn't matter what quarterback was there; he was gonna eat, and he just looks disinterested. And do they move on? Honestly, after this year, I think you have to ask the question. And I can't believe I'm saying that because he's only played like 6 games now into his career. But you can't waste a talent like Jefferson. You can't waste a defense like this, right? Like the defense, I'm not saying is like all world, but they're a good defense. They still have Brian Flores.
Yeah. How long is Brian Flores going to be there before he gets hired away? Or for you can't keep wasting this playoff ready team. A team, what they win 14 games last year, 15?
14, with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, with Sam Darnold. Like, it's just, you have to make a change to the quarterback position this offseason. I don't care how young he is. Like, it doesn't matter. When you draft him, you should have known we have a ready-made team, and I know he's young, but he has to hit the ground somewhat running. He looks completely incompetent out there. Like, completely incompetent. Missing guys. He looks rushed. He looks, like, frazzled. And, like, this is why, like, I don't want to see any more, like, I'm number 9 now. And those crazy, weird, corny post-game, whatever that is. Like, bro, I don't want to see it. Like, just be number whatever you are. Or you actually number 9. But just be JJ McCarthy for a second. Like, I mean, yeah.
I think you have to also, you can't look at it as like last year, no one would have thought they would have won 14 games, honestly. And going into last year, we had like 2 straight seasons of losing seasons. So if this year just happened last year, like he's going through his lumps, people would just say, hey, give him another year. It's just with the context of how good they were last year. They have pretty much the same team. I maybe you stick it out one more year just because you made the decision already. You got to at least try to develop him.
Yeah. No team spent more money in the offseason than the Vikings other than the Patriots. They spent the second most amount of money. They went all in. They went all in the offensive line. They signed some big defensive linemen, and just this can't be their return. I think they move on. Minnesota had 4 total net yards in the second half. 4 yards. That's roughly AJ falling forward. That's ridiculous, man. I don't know if I'm so fired up just because he's totally tanked my Justin Jefferson stock. Maybe that's it. I hate to see this Vikings team do this because I know they're so much better than this with just an average quarterback. Anything else on this, AJ? You got Vikings, Packers?
No, I mean, we talked about this game. We said maybe Jordan Love doesn't play great here, which I don't think he did play great. Didn't matter. I texted you earlier. I horribly underestimated how bad JJ McCarthy is. And you just said an average quarterback, below average. JJ McCarthy is the worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah. Worst starting quarterback. Yep. Yeah, name a worst starting quarterback. Like Jacoby Brissett a million times over this guy. Trevor Lawrence.
Cam Ward, who we'll talk about next.
Hey, Cam Ward had a good game today.
He had a great game.
I watched the entire game. But
he had a great game.
Who's worse than JJ McCarthy right now?
Shador. Awesome.
Hey,
I'll take Shador.
Actually, Geno Smith. What about Geno Smith? Geno Smith
had a nice day.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been pretty bad.
I mean,
Geno might be it.
It's too bad. Honestly, don't you think? I was thinking today because I was like, who's the backup? And I remembered, Carson Wentz broke all his limbs or whatever.
Yeah, holding on for this team.
or else, don't you think there would have been a quarterback controvery? Like, we got to go back to Wentz.
Yeah. Like if he was available, I would think, hey, we just got to go back to him.
Yeah, that's what I think. Let's move on before I blow a freaking gasket. Seahawks, Titans. Seahawks bounce back. AJ Jackson fifth and Jake, but man, I mean, goodness gracious.
Listen, just little picture of my fantasy team. Jackson Smith and Jigma. I offered in a dynasty league 2 first-round picks and JSN to an owner who has Jamar Chase, and I got the response back: JSN is not an alpha.
On AJ's mind all day, man. He texted about this.
JSN, man, the dude, he's incredible.
He's awesome. He's always.
We didn't get to his stats. Eight catches for 167 and 2 touchdowns. By the way, all of that came with 8 minutes. The last of that came with 8 minutes left to go in the third. He did all that. He did all that in roughly 60% of the game.
Derek, I'm going to throw it to you for your Seahawks in a second here. I want to expound on those stats for a second. He had gains of 63 and 56 yards, so he has the explosive play thing down. He's not just a slot guy. Newsflash. He can do it down the field as well, just fine. Those 167 yards, Darnold only had 244. So he had 167 of Darnold's 244. That's incredible. Through 11 games, he has 1,300 yards, just over. That's a new Seahawks record through 11 games. He is on pace for 2,029 yards, which would obviously break the single-season receiving yardage record. He's having a monster season. And we've talked about this, Derek, on other shows that you haven't been on, so I want to throw it to you. In a year where JSN is doing this, we talked about Gibbs. We've seen performances from Jonathan Taylor. Does there need to be MVP talk out of the quarterback realm when stuff like this is happening and there's no clear-cut best quarterback in the league right now?
I think it's deserved, but it's not like a triple crown. It's hard to get an MVP for a wide receiver and not be that like triple crown receiver.
Yeah,
I mean, true. Jamar Chase was that guy last year, and he was close to an MVP, right? But I've been kind of holding off on calling JSN the best receiver in football just because, like, to not get my own hopes up. But I think this year, and after today, I was like, man, this guy really is the best in football this year, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing things where it's like you can start to believe stuff like that. You can start to it's not, you can start to believe the hyperbolic type statements. Third player ever with 75 yards receiving in 11 straight games. Other players on that list: Marvin Harrison Senior, not Junior. God, no. Senior. He was a killer. Get it? Cooper Kupp, and then Jackson Smith in Jigba. Seahawks 8-3 now. I mean, how you feeling about your Hawks, Derek?
Yeah, so the score ended up being a 6-point game. It's closer. It looks closer than it actually was. We were up 30-10. We had multiple 20-point leads in this one. We were just kind of milking them at the end, just making them take their yards. Seahawks needed this game after the 4 interception game last week against the Rams. I was there, and for as close as that game was, it didn't feel that close because of the 4 interceptions. So it's important to kind of get through a game like this, no turnovers. Sam played a good game. He was donning it up back to normal. I know it's the Titans, but they did show some resolve today. I think they're 5 of 7 on 4th down today. I couldn't believe that they were going 5 of 7. Cam Ward was playing like a first overall pick
against that defense too. Is no joke.
Yeah, we were missing our two of our top linebackers, Tyrese Knight and Ernest Jones. So you kind of knew that middle of the field might be a little bit more open than normal. Cam Ward did have a really nice rushing game.
I saw that. Yeah.
So Cam Ward had 6 rushes for 37 yards. A very nice Cam Newton-esque Superman type TD. He kind of danced around, jumped over, reached over, almost dunked on somebody like Cam Newton used to. But it's exactly what the Seahawks needed after last week. We have a favorable schedule coming up, right? So I think we keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, kind of like in basketball, like you just want to stop the bleeding. Don't let something become a run. Yep. You had that kind of bad loss last week. That honestly wasn't that bad. 4 interceptions and you lost in a field goal at the end as time expired. Like that's not. I don't think that's terrible to maybe the best team in the league. But I like that it came back. Nothing's falling apart. No one's panicking. They came back. They handled business against the team they should have. Yes, it got a little close at the end, but at the end of the year, we won't look back at like, well, they barely beat the Titans. Like, there's enough equity here built up with the Seahawks where we kind of believe who they are. AJ, talk to me about Cam Ward, man. I know Derek mentioned it for a second. I mean, best game of his career.
Yeah, this is his welcome, or not really welcome to the NFL. That's usually the opposite.
Yes.
This was his NFL moment. That's what it was. 28 for 42, 256 yards and a touchdown. And then just like you guys mentioned, we saw a little bit of the rushing, which he's not known for. He's really a pocket passer.
Yeah.
But the fact that he can do that, it's an element that I hope he adds to his game here in the next few rest of the season, and brings that into next season as well.
Tack on 0 turnovers, and it's a moral victory for Cam Ward and the Titans, heading toward a top pick.
Another back-to-back number 1 picks.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a quarterback, or else just scrap everything we just said nice about Cam Ward. Let's go to Colts and Chiefs, guys. Colts go to 8-3 after losing to the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe, with the season on the line. At the end of the game, a drive for the season is really what the Chiefs were facing. They go to 6-5 now. They beat the Colts 23-20 in OT, right? This is an OT.
Yeah.
Big performers in this one, AJ.
I watched this whole game, and honestly, this was just a hard nose, hit you in the mouth type of game. Biggest performer, Rashee Rice, 8 catches for 141. And then
big plays too.
Kareem Hunt touched the ball for 30 times.
Hell yeah, baby.
Carries, 104 yards and a touchdown.
They immediately signed Dameon Pierce after.
Because I was just going to say, he had that awful fumble right when they're about to score. And yes, before Sunday Night Football, they signed Dameon Pierce. So
I wonder what's going on with Pacheco. We haven't really heard much about that.
Yeah, Pacheco. He's been
good.
He practiced. He had a limited practice this week. There was heavy talk that he was going to be back, and then just quickly a couple days ago they said he was not going to play this week. So yeah, he's been hurt the last couple of years. He broke his leg week 2 last season, and then he just hasn't been the same guy since.
Yeah, this was this reminded me of last year's Chiefs, where they kind of just saved it all to the end. Patrick Mahomes just kind of figured it out. They trailed 20-9 with 9 minutes left. They scored on 3 of their final 4 drives, game-winning field goal in overtime. Season-saving comeback with Patrick Mahomes, who had 235 just in the second half. But defense also, I think, locked it down. Colts, 0 first downs in the fourth quarter and overtime, 12 plays for 13 yards in that span. Daniel Jones, just 3 of 9 for 17 yards. The first time I think we've seen JT really bottled up. The Chiefs did that, dominated time possession. Derek, any panic in Indianapolis?
No, because honestly, they probably felt like they should have won this game. They were dominating most of the game.
They were.
For some late heroics by Rashee Rice. Was it his hamstring or was he just cramping? Because he's off one leg when it got to the overtime. This was typical Chiefs. They hang around, they win it at the end, and this is what the Colts are kind of learning to do. There was a couple throws I'm sure Daniel Jones wish he had back, but they need to just probably feed Jonathan Taylor more, right? They only had 16 carries for 58 yards
with a lead.
Yeah, right. So the guy who's been kind of dominating,
right?
You don't want to see 16 carries like that. But going back to Pacheco, I just don't think the Chiefs even trust Pacheco, even if he's healthy. That's the whole point. I think there's a reason they keep bringing Kareem Hunt back, right? This is his third stint with the Chiefs. But their stint,
he was old when it started.
Getting 30 carries. They just trust Kareem Hunt more. I don't think we should expect too much from Pacheco going forward throughout the end of the season, unless Kareem Hunt gets hurt.
AJ, if it was true and they could have gotten Breece Hall for a third, they're going to look back and really regret that, right? Because it seems like a missing element to their game.
Yeah, at the one point it looked like they were going to lose this game. I texted a ton of people. Chiefs completely whiffed on not addressing the running back, and that was right after Kareem Hunt's fumble.
Right.
They pulled out this one. Not very often do you think, a running back is what a team needs, but I think it's exactly what this team needs. The first half of the season, it's all been Patrick Mahomes. It's all been on his shoulders. Well, Superman does bleed, and Patrick Mahomes cannot do this by himself. They need that element, and it's not going to come from giving Kareem Hunt the ball 30 times.
30 touches for
30
Fremont
carries.
is wild. That is wild. Chiefs win their first one-score game of the season. They're now 1-5 in one-score games this season after going 12-0 last year. So maybe ties are turning for KC. They keep their playoff hopes alive though. It's a big win, honestly. No, all jokes aside, and Colts still firmly in control of that division, right? 8-3. That's not close still, right?
Yeah. So I've got the standings right here for the AFC. Or hang on, let me get that's the divisional standings. Let me get the full conference standings. But yeah, Colts are still near the top. Here we go. AFC, New England at the top. Below that, number 2, Denver. Colts at number 3. Baltimore now leading their division. They're number 4 in the AFC. And then this is where it gets fun. 5 Chargers, 6 Jacksonville, 7 Buffalo. All teams that have beaten the Chiefs. Pittsburgh is at number 8. Houston at number 9, and the Chiefs sit at number 10. Chiefs play the Texans next week, though, for that potential tiebreaker.
Massive game.
Teams. Yeah, huge
game.
I think looking
play,
at this, I
Dallas
think
next week.
Pittsburgh does not make the playoffs, in my opinion.
If they don't win a division, I don't think so. God, what if a world comes where we're heading into the AFC playoffs and the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens aren't there? Like, it's a real possibility right now. Like, look at the top of the AFC. Give me the top. Who the top 4 on the AFC? The
top 4 in the AFC right now: New England, Denver, Colts, and Baltimore.
I would love to know their combined record last year because I guarantee it was below 500. I guarantee. That's just wild how the NFL just can flip in a year. A lot of it's to do with quarterback, a lot to do with coaching, but it's why I love the NFL, why I love preseason, because every team can literally have some hope. Like the Colts. I mean, the Colts were a laughing stock preseason. Like, oh, you're gonna pivot from Anthony Richardson to Daniel Jones, huh? Good move. You should have gotten Justin Fields.
Or Russell Wilson.
Or Russ. Yeah, you should have gotten Russ. By the way, did you see what the Seahawks did? They traded for Sam Darnold. They had Geno Smith. It's just wild how you never know what's going to work out in the NFL. But good for Daniel Jones, man. It's good to see him thrive in there, even though he lost today. And we'll see what happens to them going forward. Let's move on and talk about those Ravens. They beat the Jets. Moved to 6-5, tied, or they have a tiebreaker there, so now lead the AFC North. Jets down to 2-9. They looked alive in this one though. A little Tyrod Taylor throwback.
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor played a nice little game, 222 through the air and a touchdown, and that touchdown went to new Jets wide receiver 1, John Mechie.
Oh yeah,
6 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. That's 2 weeks in a row that he's played a full slate for the Jets and ended up in the end zone both of those weeks. And then on the Ravens side, Lamar Jackson, not the greatest game. Derrick Henry looks to be back, though. 21 carries for 64 and gets in the end zone twice.
How worried should the AFC be about this version of the Ravens, Derek?
Well, the Ravens are kind of just trying to weather the storm with Lamar Jackson. He's not practicing. He's definitely not playing his normal self or what we're used to seeing him.
Yeah.
But I think as the season goes on, they just don't want the Ravens to hang around, or maybe they do because they kind of choke in the playoffs. But you don't really want to see Lamar Jackson when it comes down the stretch. Like as much as he hasn't performed as well in the playoffs, you still hold your breath every time he's running around with that football.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you still got the MVP over there. You still have Derrick Henry, who's literally ageless. Like, when's that gonna fall off? The defense at times has played well, and there's some guys over there. There's some names. And then Harbaugh, obviously, seeing about everything in NFL you could see. So, yeah, I agree. I think still at this stage you don't want to play them. But it's just like the Chiefs. Like, it's going to be weird in the NFC playoffs when these guys are on the road. Like when Indy is hosting the Chiefs or Indy's hosting the Ravens or like some kind of crazy upside down thing like that. Ravens just 72 yards of offense at halftime, trailed 7-3. That's kind of wild to think about. But escaped with their 5th straight win. Offense still remains a concern. Want to point out Derrick Henry with a total career of 12,294 yards, past Marcus Allen, Edgerrin James, and Marshall Faulk for 12th all-time on the rushing list. Now one of just 3 players in NFL history with 30 multi-rush TD games, joining Emmitt Smith and LaDainian Tomlinson. So he is First ballot Hall of Famer for sure. We're watching one of the greats. So make sure you appreciate Derrick Henry while he's still around. Let's talk about a game.
Craziest thing about that. It was last week. I don't think we talked about it. Last week, he passed his total rushing yards from high school. In high school, he had 12,124 career rushing yards and 153 touchdowns. Can you imagine
playing that, man?
I don't want to even line up against him.
Where's he
he's
from?
Everyone else. I don't know.
I think
I just want to see where he's from because I want to see who was trying. In what state was somebody trying to tackle him in November? He's from Florida.
You leave Florida.
Yeah.
You leave Florida.
Good old Florida football.
Don't they have some good programs down there in the South like that?
Oh, it's basically Georgia. It's like as far northeast of Florida as it gets. So basically Georgia. So, sheesh, man. I can't imagine.
Where's Darnell Washington from?
Oh, big tight end for
big man.
He went to Georgia. I don't know where he's from.
I feel like he's from wherever Derrick Henry's from. like Game of Thrones, like that ancient line of giants. Like trace them back to the same spot. Have you guys seen that video
Nevada.
Yet? Of Darnell Washington in high school?
Oh yes.
No,
yes.
I haven't seen it.
Let me show you this real quick. I know this is off the cuff, but we're talking about Browns and Raiders anyway. We'll blow through that pretty quick.
we got a minute.
We got a minute. We banked a couple minutes here. All right, this is Darnell Washington in Nevada high school, right? That's what we said.
He's from Vegas. Yeah.
He's from Vegas. Yeah.
Here we go. Look at this. Look at you. And the bird.
Wow.
Me and AJ obviously played high school football at the same spot, and there's just levels to this thing. I was never going to make the NFL. Contrary to what 11th grade Joey thought, I was never going to make it. Derek might have a shot. If you ever catch Derek's flag football highlights, he's done recently between the sidelines, maybe he might have a shot. But
I'm pretty nice as a 33-year-old. Yeah,
we love the Giants of our game. All right, let's go to Browns and Raiders, whether we like it or not. Let's do that one next. Browns move to 3-8. Raiders move to 2-9. Honestly, I think Raiders win the day because they'll get a better pick than the Browns. That's where both these teams are headed.
And a better offensive coordinator.
Chip Kelly fired right after the game. He's gone. It's not going to work.
Damian Pierce to the Chiefs or Chip Kelly fired? I think Chip Kelly fired was much quicker.
They gave his walking papers. Yeah, right after. Like, bro, this is not working. He was just so stubborn. I was listening to an analyst talk about what he was doing with the Raiders and how he was shuffling offensive linemen. He wasn't playing top picks on the offensive line. He obviously wasn't giving the ball to Ashton Ginty. He was trying to make him a receiver, trying to put the ball on Geno. It was just, he just thinks he is like smarter than the NFL. And there's a lot of smart guys in the NFL, and he's been figured out for years. It's just, it was honestly never going to work. Like, we may have talked ourselves into like, I don't know, maybe Chip Kelly could, I don't know, but it was never going to work. He's trash. He's going back to the college game. I don't think he ever sniffs the NFL again, right?
No shot.
Yeah, you're gone, buddy. Browns, though, pull this one out pretty easily. It was a nice day for the Cleveland Browns fan. It was a nice little bone for him, for the dog pound. That worked out nice.
Hey, nice.
Defense played well. 10 sacks. Myles Garrett now is 18 on the season, 3 sacks. We need to appreciate what Myles Garrett, man. He plays in Cleveland, so maybe we don't appreciate. This man is Aaron Donald-esque. Like, he's that level dude. He's so far and away the best pass rusher in the league. 40% pass rate for that pass pressure rate for that Browns defense. Gut feeling. We'll talk about Shedeur in a second, but Derek, gut feeling at 18 sacks and 6 games left. Is the 22.5 sack record going to be broken this year?
I think so. I think he's looking to demolish it at the rate he's going. He had 4 last game, and he had another one with 5, 3 today. That's insane. I'm just looking at his schedule. They got SF. Like, if he doesn't go against Trent Williams, it is toast for anybody else. Tennessee. Do I have to say anything else? Right. Chicago, they're okay. Buffalo's okay, but Pittsburgh, and then Cincinnati to end the year. So
Yummy.
Yummy. He might have
so
6 or 7.
I think he might go for 30. It's 30 is like within reach.
If he hits 30, no one's ever going to touch that.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to touch that. God, worth every penny he made. Like, why would you ever hesitate on paying this man? It's wild. Awesome. Only other thing we got to talk about in this game is Shedeur Sanders, obviously. I'll go to both of you guys, AJ, then Derek. How'd you feel about Shedeur's debut?
I mean, he showed me what I didn't think he had, what I didn't really see a lot of in college. Getting out of the pocket, throwing 50-yard dots. Like,
oh, sweet.
I did not know he had that. I think I don't know how you go away from him as a starter for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so he said it before the game. Said I'm the one. Hopefully, I'm the one that they're looking for. He said it a little bit more confidently than I just said it.
Hey, I feel like behind the scenes, him and Dylan Gabriel do not.
Dude,
they don't speak.
No way. It was fun. Like it's fun. Like for a franchise that honestly has zero hope going into the season with Joe Flacco, then Dylan Gabriel, but like Shedeur Sanders, you see the teammates just kind of like grouping around him, right? Isaiah Bond with like a very nice catch, and then Quinshon, they get to the goal line, they gave it to Quinshon Judkins twice. I would have liked to see Shedeur Sanders at least, try to get the touchdowns in those situations. His one touchdown is a 50-yard check down, so it's not like the greatest thing in the world, but I think as a Browns fan, you should be excited that Shedeur Sanders is actually giving you something to cheer about this year.
Yeah, that check down too was another rookie in Dylan Sampson. They also hit with the defensive lineman they drafted when they traded back, Mason Graham. Mm-hmm. They also hit with the middle linebacker, one of the best linebackers already in the league, in the guy from UCLA, Swessinger, I think is his last name. They hit on all their top draft picks this year. If Shedeur turns into something like this, is like I know they're 3-8. What would you just say? I know 3-8, but this is a solid building year. Like you have some real pieces here between the running backs you picked up. I think both of them are keepers. And then the other top picks you made. By the way, trading back and not taking the bait on Cam Ward or Travis Hunter, like that, I haven't heard anyone talk about how genius that was. Level that was.
It's worked out very, very nicely for them. Obviously, the jury's still out on Travis Hunter. We'll see what he can do when he's back, fully healthy to start, though. Not too impressed. But yeah, I think that worked out just absolutely beautifully for them. They have 2 first round. You may have mentioned it right now. They have 2 first round picks next year.
I think so.
Jacksonville,
awesome. Man, that's great.
All right, let's talk about Jacksonville. They go to 7-4. They beat the Cardinals in overtime. AJ, I almost called this one, and you talked me out of the Cardinals. But God, I was close. Listen, I wasn't that wrong. I wasn't that wrong. Trevor Lawrence. This is the opposite of big games. So I'll do this one first, AJ. 3 interceptions, 1 fumble return for a touchdown, 3 for 11 on third down, 3 for 8 for 51 yards in the first half. Give me some good old Trevor Lawrence classic game, baby. Who did perform though, AJ?
Look, I said it last week that Michael Wilson wouldn't have 15 catches, so he went ahead and had 10 catches for 118 yards. Michael Wilson had a big day. Trey McBride just continues to do it. 9 catches for 79 yards.
Dude.
He's awesome.
And then on the Jags side, Travis Etienne, 15 carries, 86 yards, 30 yards through the air, and a touchdown. And then a pair of touchdowns go to Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers. Welcome to the Jags.
Yeah, that's worked out. It's really worked out. Also welcome back Brenton Strange. He led them in receiving, looked pretty good as well.
Yes. I'm sorry, 93 yards for Brenton Strange.
If they get Brian Thomas back, and we'll see, jury's out on Brian Thomas Jr. Now it starts to get a little scary, like this late into the season. But if he can return to anything like what he was with Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington, who's turned into a really nice like security blanket. Brenton Strange led them in receiving the first 4 weeks of the season. Now comes back and immediately leads them again. It's a nice set of young skill position players. But Derek, what kind of confidence can we have anymore in Trevor Lawrence to put it all together when it matters? Like I have 0 myself.
Yeah. So for the reasons why like people still want to believe in Trevor Lawrence, I don't understand why they don't believe in Sam Darnold. But I mean, they just are turnover prone, right? Like you go 3 for 3 today, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You're in Jameis Winston territory at that point. but he also leads the league in fumbles, right? The fumble return for a touchdown. So I don't understand why he's just not better. He's had the offensive coordinators as coaches, right? He had Doug Peterson. He has Liam Cohn.
Urban Meyer.
Oh, okay.
Don't want to leave him out. Dog.
But like, I just wanted him to be better.
Yeah.
He's just not better.
All the while, though, let me throw this situation at you guys, okay? So, with the Colts losing to KC, Jacksonville has now pulled within one game the AFC South race. They currently sit, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of these, AJ. They currently sit at the 6th seed. They've won 3 of 4, and they'll face the 1-win Titans next before 2 matchups against Indy in the final 5 weeks. They still got a legit shot at this. Like this still could happen for the Jags, and a lot of it's going to be on Trevor Lawrence. Like, can you finish this thing out? I mean, 7-4 is not terrible.
In a wide open AFC year, why not? Like, why not?
Why not? Yeah, it was the Trevor Lawrence year, sure. Yeah, why not?
Actually, I'm looking at their schedule. They're 7-4. The Colts are 8-3, but they still have 2 games against the Colts.
Yeah.
So why not?
Trevor Lawrence's first career win in a game where there was 3 giveaways. So speaks to the resilience of Trevor Lawrence.
Keep coming back.
I don't care what their schedule is, man. They're not winning shit. They're not winning. Speaking of not winning shit, man, let's talk about Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah, speaking of, can't wait.
Eagles moved to 8-3. Cowboys 5-1. Annoying. 5-1. 24-21. Biggest comeback in Cowboys history. God damn it. Biggest Cowboys in comebacks history. I mean, the Eagles, honestly, Eagles wet the bed in every way possible. AJ, big performances. Go ahead.
Real quick before I get there, I want to read a text that I got from a Cowboy fan about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, God.
He said, man, I almost feel bad for you. I had to go to a dinner tonight. We were down 21-7, and I knew the game was over. I just checked 30 minutes ago and couldn't believe it. I almost texted him, too, in the first half. Oh, I had GIFs ready. I had memes ready. I almost texted him. I said, you know what? Let's wait till it's over. Then I'll send all this. And yeah, big performances. I'll start on Philly side. Jalen Hurts looked great in that first half.
Yeah.
27 completions, 289 yards, and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns on the ground. One of them was an awesome 10-yard carry after the A.J. Brown incompletion that he couldn't get it both feet down. A.J. Brown 8 catches for 110 and a touchdown. But for Dallas, George Pickens,
weapon,
dominated. 9 for 9, 146 and a touchdown. And guys, what's wrong with CeeDee Lamb?
You see that drop? Like, was he complaining for a flag?
Multiple drops.
Oh,
if you remember, too, the first time the Eagles played, it was 4 huge CeeDee Lamb drops. The reason why they lost. I don't know. CeeDee Lamb has not looked like old CeeDee Lamb, and he had a shoulder injury last year. I don't know if that's to blame. I'm trying to reach for reasons here, but I don't know. Maybe he's just been too beat up over the years. Just trying to kind of catch up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a better receiver on the team now. Maybe there's a more explosive receiver on the team now. I don't know. If you're the Cowboys, I think you'll probably ask yourself the same question when you look at this contract in the offseason for George Pickens. Can they let George Pickens leave AT&T? Like, can they let him leave the franchise?
Yeah. I hope he listens to Des Bryant. You guys see that tweet?
Well, what did he say?
The Des Bryant. He's just a really long tweet. It says, "Dear George, like, when you go to free agency, don't go search for the biggest contract. Think about your legacy." And then he talks about 2 other things in the same tweet, and we're just like, "What are you talking about?"
Also, global warming is
he doesn't know how to make multiple tweets.
I know, like, he didn't know how to click the send button, but then Anyways, dude, George Pickens is awesome.
He's gonna get paid, man.
I was not gonna think that George Pickens was gonna do what he's been doing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad for him because the guy kind of gets like a rep for just being a bonehead, and he's just been performing this year in the absence of CeeDee Lamb. Then with CeeDee Lamb back, he's still great. I'm actually really happy for George Pickens.
Yeah, I feel good about him too. I feel like after his years in Pittsburgh, God, how bad have those quarterbacks been? Like, this is what was hiding there. I think he's still like 25 or something like that, right? He's still pretty young. And this offseason, he's going to make a lot of money somewhere. And I don't care what Des Bryant says. Go chase the money because it's your time. Your next contract will come up and you'll be like, what, 28, 29?
He's 24 right now.
Jeez.
He's what
he's going to get paid so much money.
Yeah.
Patriots should go. He's not going to play for you, but go throw all your money. I mean, I could imagine him several different places. What if he goes to Washington? Washington can use him. They'll have like 100 million in cap, I think, this offseason. But he's going to go somewhere and make a ton of money. Like, good for George Pickens, what he's doing. Back to this game, though. Eagles, Derek, from me and AJ have talked about this at length for weeks now. As someone on the outside looking in, as far as a fan, vantage point, what's the problem with the Eagles?
They have they don't know who they are on offense, I think.
Okay, so we're right.
They have no identity. Like, you have pretty much the same offensive line as last year. You have Saquon Barkley, who was all world, right?
Yeah.
And you also have all the weapons. You pretty much have all the same players on offense. You just have no identity. Do you want to run the ball? Do you want to milk the clock? Do you want to sustain drives? Do you want to? There's just no cohesiveness this year, or at least lately. I mean, I know AJ Brown kind of gets back on track with the 110 for a touchdown, but are we confident that he's going to do that again? Right?
No,
I don't know.
Not at all.
Depends. Are they going to throw to him next game? Like, is that going to be in the game plan next week?
Yeah. Barkley's 10 carries, 22 yards. Like, how do you do that against like the maligned Cowboys defense? I know they have a couple new players, but come on, 10 carries, 22 yards, and a fumble lost.
And what's lost in this is that Cowboys offense is so good. Javonte Williams is legit.
Yeah.
We talked about Pickens, CeeDee Lamb as your number 2, maybe. And then, I mean, with the good old line and Dak and, kind of prime Dak stuff, what the defense did for most of this game was fantastic. They got no help from the offense late in the second half. Like 3 touchdowns on the first 3 drives. Awesome. 157 passing yards in 20 minutes. That's more than half of their games this season, by the way. In the first 20 minutes, they put up that. After that, 7 first downs on the next 8 drives. Only 3 plays in Cowboys territory, 2 fumbles, a missed field goal, and 14 penalties. It was sloppy. There was no conviction. It's almost like they go into a game and they say, all right, these are our plays for A.J. Brown, and these are our plays for Jonathan Smith, and we're going to throw it to Saquon here. And, like, there's no, like, we're going to set up this. There's no, like, strategy. It's just, like, we have our guys, and we're just going to go to our guy, like someone like a kid playing Madden who knows that they have some kind of superstar on their team. It's just, to me, AJ, we haven't talked about this part, AJ. To me, the biggest problem is still the OC. There's no continuity to this thing.
Yeah, it's just, it's a broken record every year. And we struck gold with Kellen Moore last year, and surprise, he's gone. That's the problem, the OC. And then honestly, we just got out coached in this one. Reed Blankenship goes down with an injury. And what do the Cowboys start doing? They start throwing it as far as they can down the field, and George Pickens just went up and made plays. Yeah. And then
Blankenship and Adoree Jackson went down.
Yes, yep. And then the game just got flipped over on its head right at that moment. And then you get some balls bounce your way with the fumble from Saquon, and then the fumble off the punt that should not have been fielded.
God,
fields the punt on the 2-yard line. And then Xavier Gibson, who's a great punt returner.
Yeah,
fields
that's why we have
the 2-yard line. And then fumbles, and Cowboys just get to waltz into the end zone. So
Eagles deserve to lose this game. It was so sloppy. They had so many opportunities to put it away, and it's just they need to start running Jalen Hurts. If you're not going to run with Saquon, like, commit to the running game in some way with Jalen, and maybe work Saquon off of that. But, like, one of the biggest problems with this team, and I'm annoyed by the narrative, because the narrative is going to be, Jalen Hurts didn't throw the ball in the second half, and A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, a bunch of bullshit about the passing game. The biggest problem with this team this year is they can't milk any clock. Mm-hmm. Everything has to be some weird passing game or some freaking shotgun runs. They can't run the ball. And when they got up 21, immediately I started thinking, like, how are we going to get through a whole half?
Yep.
Like, how are we going to get, like, we're just going to have to keep throwing the ball. And then they get this weird conservative passing game that just does nothing because they don't want to run the ball with Jalen Hurts, or I don't know what I feel like the Eagles are at their best. And you remember that playoff run last year, AJ, when Jalen Hurts starts running the football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't care about proving to the world that he's a passer. I don't care anymore. Like, just play his best version of the game. Run the ball with him. Run the ball with Saquon. Physically dominate the game, especially when you're up 21-0 on a below 500 team. Like, it just infuriating today. God. I think I snapped at my wife at something totally like had nothing to do with anything today.
I have to tell my daughter. She's like, "Who?" I'm like, "It's not you, baby."
Bro, I literally said this is terrible. I know. My daughter's
not in trouble. The Eagles are going to go on punishment.
They're fighting in the back seat, and she's like, "Daddy, you so hit me." I was like, "I don't care. Hit her back. I don't. I don't care." It was just it was a frustrating day for Eagle fans. Derek, I think you nailed it. I think that's what we've been talking about. There's just no conviction. You got to get rid of the OC. The problem with that, he's one of the best friends of Nick Sirianni. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to happen mid-season. I think this is our guy this year, no matter what. And we'll see if we can figure it out. Yeah, right.
Oh, come on.
We were pounding the table for Dougie P. Bring back my boy Dougie P.
Yeah.
Oh,
someone, dude. Someone someone who has a plan. Like, Vic Fangio's defense isn't always awesome, but we always know what the plan is.
Yep.
We always know what we're trying to accomplish because he's a real NFL coach. This guy had never called plays before. He'd never been an OC before. And now you're going to give him the keys to a freaking Ferrari. Of course he's crashing into everything. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to drive.
Was there just no one available? I don't want to stay on this too long, but it was like...
Yeah. I think they wanted to look from within and bring up their own guy because they felt that he could step in. There's always some available.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's move on. We talk about the Eagles for forever here. Shout out to Dak Prescott, by the way, 34,000 yards, 378.
Wow.
Passes Tony Romo for most passing yards in Cowboys history. So all-time passing leader for Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, he's gonna LeBron that one. It's just gonna keep growing and growing and growing because he's there. He's gonna be there for another 5-6 years.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good too.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna see him on TV for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. On TV for a long time. Oh man. Okay.
Let's get through this next one quick.
Yeah, it's weird to talk about the Falcons and Saints after this.
Yeah.
Falcons beat the Saints. They're 4-7 now. The Saints are 2-9. Atlanta breaks a 5-game losing streak. Kirk Cousins looked okay, and the Saints struggled because they're really, really bad at football. And he takes
talk about a game that means just absolutely nothing.
And this will be forgotten about tomorrow morning. No one cares what the Falcons or Saints are doing. I have a bunch of notes about how they won, and it just doesn't matter. These two teams are they're headed for the offseason. Honestly, at this point, you probably want to be losing if you're the Saints. Good on you for losing this game. Tyler Shough, I think, is better than most people expected. I think he's going to be in the league for a while. I think he's an NFL quarterback. It definitely better not be your plan to go forward. Let's give him another year. No, he's 29 already. All right, let's take the terrible season and get a high pick next year. But any takeaways from this one you want to talk about? There are the two franchises that are very interesting. Falcons trading away that number one of our pick for James Pierce, who I literally have not seen all year long. And then Saints obviously tanking for whoever it's going to be down there at the bottom of the draft.
I just don't care about it.
I don't have much to say about this one, honestly.
I got nothing.
I'm glad that the Falcons won just because that the Rams do own their pick, and I don't want the Rams to get Caleb Downs from the Ohio State University. But no, please do not let the Rams get Caleb Downs. That's my only hope. Now, no Penix. Let Bijan run wild, please, for my fantasy sake. But yeah, they're just fantasy players at this point.
Yeah. Let's move to the Rams Bucs because I think we're all done with this game, and it's a good segue anyway because the Rams have that. Let's take a quick macro look, but then we'll get micro about Rams Bucs because there's not really too much to talk about that game either. But you think the Rams take quarterback in the offseason?
I think they absolutely do. They have to get the franchise ready. This is a franchise run by adults, run by grown-ups, right?
Yeah.
They had the philosophy of F them kids, won them a Super Bowl, and then
picks, bro.
You
can't say F them kids.
Oh, sorry, F them picks. No, they didn't. They said that.
They said it, not me.
I guarantee, as a franchise, no PR department would let you say F them kids.
Were ninth graders at that point.
Imagine running that by the PR, hey, I'm going to start this news press conference with F them kids. It's a wild thing to say. I think they take
when
quarterback
you think about
as well.
it, they're trading high schoolers at that point.
What a genius move. I mean, like, for them to make that trade with the Falcons and grab that pick, and they're going to end up now.
That's what I was saying. You're looking at a franchise who made a certain category of moves to win a Super Bowl, and then they quickly pivoted, and now they've started building their defense from the draft.
That's a good point. Like, Derek, like with that trade, do you think they already made the choice to pick a quarterback? Like when they made that trade?
I think there was a good chance that there was going to be a top 15 pick. I don't know if they thought it was going to be top 5. There's still an outside chance it's going to be top 5, but
really
I think they make that trade knowing that your team is pretty good this year, and hey, here's a chance at a top 15 pick. I think they maybe could have got Arch Manning, but that's gone south. I don't know what quarterback is there to take, but
yeah. Rams moved to 9-2, Bucs to 6-4. AJ, tell us about who balled out in this one.
I mean, Devontae Adams has turned into just the wide receiver one in the red zone. 5 catches, 62 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Puka Nacua caught 7 for 97. And then Matt Stafford, just another game, 3 touchdowns through the air. Is he the MVP?
What are his season numbers?
He's my pick.
His season number, I'll get that right here. He is he's 2,800 yards. That's 7th. 30 touchdowns. That's ranked 1st overall.
2 picks.
What other quarterback are you going to take this? I mean, I'm not taking.
Sorry, Dave just added. He's only thrown 2 picks.
You taking Drake? Are you seriously going to take Drake May over him? That's what I want to ask all these MVP voters.
Oh,
like I get
MVP.
it.
I thought you meant like in a
MVP.
franchise. Like, yes,
MVP.
No, MVP.
Like, are you really going to do that? I don't think you are.
No. And this would be great for his resume. I think.
Yeah.
You've got a Super Bowl. He's got numbers. He's finally over 500 for his career. Add an MVP to this.
Shout out Detroit.
And I think he's clear in the Hall of Fame. If they can win a Super Bowl this year, MVP in a Super Bowl this year, like he's in.
As an Eagles fan, I think the Rams are just the best team in the league right now.
Yeah.
Defense is playing better now. We needed to block a field goal to beat them. Like I think they end up with the number 1 seed, and I think they might be the best team in the NFL. Not just the NFC.
If we, being the Eagles, played them right now this week, they'd win by 2 touchdowns.
Hell no. That defensive front wasn't playing that well to start the year. Yeah. And now they are just taking over games. If I was in their division, I would just quit, especially if I was a fan of like.
Hey, the Seahawks. hey, don't do that to me. We can't win a field goal. All right?
That's true.
One of the worst attempts I've seen, granted, but whatever. I don't want to get into that.
They're so freaking good, man. And then Bucs, they're just too beat up. Mayfield goes out in this one.
It's finally caught up to them.
They're feeling it now.
Mayfield gets a season-ending injury 3 times a game.
Like, it actually might be season-ending today, though. They came out as a separated left shoulder.
Oh,
right? So I don't know how that.
And he played through it, by the way.
Yeah.
He kept playing after that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, we love.
I didn't even know Teddy Bridgewater was still playing. Honestly,
neither did I. I thought he was coaching like a high schooler.
He got fired because he helped out a kid or something, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He went back to quarterback. But yeah, it's too many injuries. It's a shame too because early in the season, they were the team no one wanted to play with Bake playing how he was, Emeka Egbuka coming on, Mike Evans still had some gas in the tank, but just with the injuries to the wide receiver core, we still don't know what's going on with Bucky Irving. Like it's like cryptic now what's going on with him. He's supposed to be back next week. We'll see. They told us 2 weeks, 2 months ago. So we'll see what actually happens with him. Offensive line is banged up. It's kind of a wasted season to injury, and it just happens. This is just football. And it's really there's nothing learned here. Just Bucs got beat up. The season's pretty much done. It's honestly a miracle they're 6-4. Like shame on all those teams that can't get to 500 when you have the Bucs doing this. But I mean, any other takeaways from this game? It kind of is what it is.
It was over quickly. It was honestly I kind of wanted to turn it off as soon as I saw Teddy Bridgewater. I was like, all right, the Seahawks will have to depend on someone else to beat the Rams.
All right, guys, that's week 12. That's a recap. A lot of fun. Honestly, a fun week. I love all the records broken. I love some of these modern legends that we're watching right now in the NFL, the TJ Watts, the Myles Garretts. I love the young guys going off and kind of arriving, the JSNs and stuff like that. And it was a fun week. And now the holidays are coming. The NFL has beautifully woven in football into all of our holiday experiences. Yep. It's as much as part of Christmas as Santa Claus at this point in America. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. We will have one show this week, a pick'em show released at some point before Thanksgiving, and then we're taking the rest of the week off. But guys, before we wrap up the show, anything else on week 12 you want to talk about, bring up before we go?
Great fantasy week for me. I topped out over 200 points again. Second time scoring over 200. So
I went to the scores. I went to the scores today. I'm like, all right. Oh, fucking AJ, man. It's every week at this point. Yeah. Good job, AJ. And one of the best fantasy seasons I've seen. And then the trash talk started today, huh?
Trash talk started. Bringing up old trades started today.
Yeah,
we're closer to the fantasy playoffs. You can feel it, man.
The recruitment
in our league. Big matchups this week, big matchups next week. It's almost like the playoffs before the playoffs.
Yeah, listen, I'm playing for a shot at the playoffs next week. I'm pretty pumped about that. Yeah. I did make a trade for Jared Goff to kind of solidify my quarterback room because I thought I was tanking. And so I traded away all my quararbabbacks.
You have gone for first place and tanking and sixth place and tanking.
Here's what happened. There's so many ass teams in our league right now that it's impossible to tank. The bottom four is impenetrable. It's impenetrable. I played a team last week that scored 56 points. Like I can't be that bad if I tried. So I just thought, what the hell with it. I got my first round pick. I got my second round picks. If I can have some fun in the playoffs, let's do it. Let's ride. But anyway, Derek, as long as we're talking about it, how's your fantasy seasons going?
I'm hurt. I have Omarion Hampton in 2 leagues. One of those leagues, I also have Buggy Irving. So Kareem Hunt has been carrying that team. But if you were me in the offseason, I've advocated for the quarterback tackle 50-point bomb. So if your quarterback throws an interception and gets a tackle on the same play, he gets 50 points. And guess who did it today? Patrick Mahomes.
He did.
I was going to say, is that hit? I guess once.
The thing is, I'm 8th place, right? So I'm fighting for a playoff spot, and it might come down to a tiebreaker of points scored. So that 50 bomb is going to help me so much. Wow, I go from 120 to 170 this week. So.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Consider the recruitment to the Dynasty League that we currently play in full on right now, Derek. We need to get you in our league. We need it.
I don't know about that, but all right, we'll see.
We need it. We'll talk about that off air. Thanks for joining us for this Week 12 recap. Boys, thanks for jumping in on this one. Week 13 should be fun. The holidays are here. Football's here. Listen, it's Week 13. Season's almost over, fellas. Savor it while it's still here. Some of these teams are playing their final meaningful games for a very, very long time. And then the playoffs. Then the freaking playoffs. Then that first couple weeks of some Saturday football and followed by another slate of Sunday games. Just the greatest time of year, playoff football for sure. Hang with us here on the Bench Podcast all the way through it and then into the offseason because we talk about it all. Draft, free agency, all of it. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you subscribe to the channel while you're watching. Use our code BENCHED for better picks as well. Win some money. Turn that football knowledge into some moolah. And we'll see you again later this week. Bye.
Peace.